Ready?
Yeah, go.
It's Mike Frost and you're rocking with G.U.T.S podcast.
Ah!
Woo!
We're live, motherfucker.
Hey.
Hey! Idiot! You stupid moron! You goddamn idiot!
What's up? What's up? Hey, welcome to G.U.T.S podcast.
Welcome to Guts.
This is Zano the Vision.
Your boy Space Viking.
Low key as me.
Mike Frost.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we got Mike Frost in the building.
We got a fucking hellified Houston.
We got a legend, a G.
Behind the scenes. He might not be on the scenes like you think, but trust me, definitely trust me, he's on the scenes.
The kids call him a hip hopper.
I've been knowing Frost for like, damn man. They've been coming up on a decade, I think, bro.
Really?
Maybe a little more than that. I have to look at the date.
Nah, look at the day. And I shot your picture, man. That was me that took. I was probably high as fuck when I took that shit. Like, man, let me take your picture.
Well,
We was at the bodega.
yeah, I remember that. We were at the bodega. We were talking last night about the one we did, the Blue Flame.
Yeah, the blue flame.
I spent like an hour last night looking for that
Man,
photo too.
if he find this shoot, you got me cocking my gun with a bullet coming out that motherfucker, and you showed it to me. I was like, nah, I gotta have that shit. You see the
So
smoke?
wild ass.
You see the smoke coming out the motherfucker? The bullet popping up, and it was dope how you did it, man. Like you really you used to always have like those shit for us though, man.
You know what's so crazy? Like when I've been going back and looking through all the old photos.
Yeah.
There's so many covers. I would have probably used just that shot for the cover,
No shit.
just for the visualities on it. So like I would have told there's a bunch of stuff I totally would have changed around.
Cause see, we ended up doing the it was us all three standing up and Big Tex was in the front. Cause you remember we kept switching. You like, man, you too fucking short to be in the back. You're like, man, you gotta look. You had to come stand in the front, which was fucking hilarious. But I was tripping because I'm like, damn, man, you would never know we was in a damn strip club shooting a damn.
You know, I think I shot Paul Walsh People Champion in that
No
same strip club.
No shit.
Like,
So how'd you get started, man? Well, first of all,
Introduce him.
yeah.
Everybody, we're with the Houston legend Mike Frost.
Behind the scene, in front of the scene.
Houston's known for its badass style and rap, and
Art.
every badass rapper you know in this city, this guy did his artwork for his album.
Which
And
is-
what's the technical name of it? Computer or image?
yeah,
Yeah, artwork.
I didn't go to school.
Yeah, right. None of us went to school.
I'm sure there's something out there. But
Yeah, it's a terminology for
And he came over rocking a live ass Swisher House shirt.
Yeah, no shit.
Back then it was graphics and something. Now I think everybody calls it visuals. All the millennials
What
call
was
it
the people
visuals.
back then? The pen and pixel. Remember?
Pen and Pixel.
Remember them boys raping?
I remember because they turned me down on a job.
No shit.
Man, I went there. I like. It was really. I should post that shit on Instagram.
Post that goddamn shit.
It's so
man.
embarrassing. Like I try to draw and like make this cover. I think they would like. And now I look back and I'm like, yo, that shit sucks. I probably shouldn't have got so mad they didn't hire me. But I went over there and they were like, nah. So of course I got my feelings hurt. And I was like, fuck y'all. I'm gonna do.
No shit.
I'm coming after you.
Do your own thing.
Do
Well,
my
shit,
own thing.
you came at it with a vengeance. Like who?
It's one of those stories like when you feel like you've been hated on and you turn that around into a hustle.
Yeah.
It was that.
Cause I know now they like shit. They probably got abandoned damn building some damn well. Cause they was doing everybody's shit.
Yeah, they were doing everything.
Like everybody, but it's like you try to start saying the same thing with like the graphics was like everybody was in diamonds and shit. It was like a lot of
It was-
hard. But you see how we changed ours up? We put like where Red had his Jag, so he kind of like put his picture of his Jag, and they was like, no, let's make something else. Like they wanted us to do all this crazy shit, and we just came natural with like black suits on, holding briefcases with the Jag. And stuff.
Man, you know what? Me and Orbit went out and did this photo shoot of AD or something, and a couple things happened. And I was still in that mind frame of just trying to imitate what was going on. And then, I was looking at the old Rap Law stuff, and then I looked at what Orbit brought back, and it was just real street shit. And I was like, let's throw all that stuff away.
Yeah.
And let's start with like going back to being real, but right now it's old tech. But back then with like the modern stuff we had,
Yeah.
But in another way, that was all we could do because you didn't have Google Images. You didn't have all this place you could go for like images. You had to have these clip art collections, which we didn't have. So really, just going back to making it raw was the only thing I could do to stand out.
Yeah.
So that was
Oh, I'm sorry to cut you off.
Go ahead.
Who was your who was like your first, like your big project, and it kind of like
Or you
put
were like,
you on
"Oh,
it,
shit."
and then that's what started the chain where everyone's got to go to Mike Frost to get the album cover.
It wasn't one big project. I tell you, this is how it went down. I did this cover for Kamikazes, which Orbit was in the band, Booney was in the group. You know, we're all from the Greens Point kind of area. I'm a little farther north than them. But I did that. Big Time Records came to me, had me doing some logos. There was a guy named Terrell kind of sending like 20 to life and a couple people to me. But really what kicked shit off was when G.U.T.S and Watts came to me, but they were going through this transition too, where all the artists, because G.U.T.S and Watts were trying to get the business straight. Like, you're going to be rapping Swisher House, you're going to be signed to Swisher House. So a lot of artists started branching off, Slim, Chameleonaire, Paul, everybody went out to do their own thing, Big Tiger, everybody, Lil Mario. So what happened, Dash had used me for a couple things, and when all them people left Swisher House kind of to do their own thing, because they really weren't signed, all them people came to me at one time.
Yeah.
Kind of spread.
So it was like
your influence.
the explosion of Swisher House, all the artists kind of leaving for a minute. All of them came to me at the same time, and I didn't know that back then. I was like, where the fuck is all these people coming from?
Yeah.
And then, you know, I started to understand more what was going on. But that's what triggered everything, was it everybody following what G.U.T.S and Watts were doing.
Yeah.
And I just happened to be a lucky recipient of that.
Yeah.
And the Southside artists that started coming to me, I think it got to a point, the name got so strong out there that...
It's like that's, if you don't have him, it's...
Yeah, and then some other shit too, like I was real strategic about some things, like there was printing techniques and other stuff, like putting that gold chrome stuff on that Zero album.
Yeah.
I knew Zero was dope. He had that hot album that came out with the Reverend Joseph Muvay. So that came out. On the next album, I was saving effects, and I knew how important that cover was. So I was like, man, I'm just gonna, you know, with Trays, I did that folded double DVD, like special packaging. So I did some things like that. That brought a lot more people. And really, when all the artists got signed, all them covers had been done way before they got signed. So that just kind of topped things off.
Yeah. And you just so those two guys, because I'm trying to think.
So much history.
I can't remember like how we just ran into it. Was, I don't know, man. It just happened.
Man,
They used to roll with us. Like, Rue was like, man, you're coming. Like, we look up, man. You'll be in the truck with us, just chilling and shit. And that's how we ended up over there, man. And Rue, because I was asking Rue about it last night, man. But it was like, it was always cool to work with you, though. Do some dope shit. And I never knew I never knew about that. Like, you coming from that side of town or whatever. I just knew that you was the guy to go to. And when we met you, I was like, oh shit.
Man, I was doing like punk rock t-shirt designs and trying to draw a comic book. And then doing like a bunch of all the rave fly. I don't know if y'all remember the rave parties.
Yeah. Oh hell yeah! I was the little kid in those. That was me.
After Dark, like Tripping the Love, like all the rave crews that started doing almost all their flyers.
Yeah.
At least like 70% of them. And then, you know, just from the story I told on the covers, like I wanted to be in the music business, and I was like, fuck yeah, I'll do a cover. So it just started growing into that.
That's sick, man. Because you was talking the other day about like you was talking about eventually doing some movie thing, and I kind of had to look old boy up a little bit. You're saying somebody out of Crazy Dude out of Fifth Ward. You want to do
Link
Did
you look it up?
I kind of trying to look him up, man.
That's so cool, man.
And I was trying to look him up because you had said he was in prison right now, right?
I think so, man. I can tell you that story came from when I was doing Zero's Crap album cover, and Rap-A-Lot took me out to Fifth Ward, and they started telling a story about Linka.
Yeah.
And they're like, they used to jump on the bus and terrorize kids. And there's rumors that some kid might have got killed because of him. He was in prison. So that's what I know of the story, is what they told me. So it was like, ever since then, I was like, that'd make it dope.
Hey, yeah, man.
That would make a dope, like Houston kind of horror film, but I think the guy's still alive and still in prison or something. So
It's like a
I don't want him coming out.
I know, right?
After
That ain't true and shit. Cause I was thinking, like, you never got into like videography and nothing like that, did you? Or you just mostly like stay with the?
Man, I do a lot of video stuff, but I don't go out.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go out and do the music videos of people dancing in front of the car,
Yeah.
like the lights are swinging.
Yeah, we was talking about that. Yes.
I'm not gonna do like a rinse and repeat video.
Yeah.
Like if I ever do a video, it's gonna be something really different.
Yeah.
But I mean, I know how to do videos. I ain't found the right reason to do it yet.
Yeah.
So what I'm interested in back then, because as you can see, I kind of do all this stuff now. You know, I do visual stuff and audio stuff, and I'm into technology then, and I'm interested in like what kind of computers, what kind of software, what kind of like were you using floppy disks back then? Like what kind of cameras were you
floppy
using?
disks.
That's fucking crazy.
3.5 inch. Then we went to the zip drives that stored 100 megabytes. And we had our hard drives, which all that stuff was expensive.
Yeah.
First time I put Photoshop on my computer, like 1998, like I had like a 500K file open, and I went to run a filter, and it was like memory error. So, yeah, you just the most basic shit you can think of.
It's like a completely
it was a
world.
486.
Yeah, it's like a completely different world now.
Yeah, it was. We weren't even the Pentium yet. It was a 486, and you might run a filter. It was still almost like just working.
You ran a little bit of a filter, and it's just like overloading everything. Which now, I mean, you could throw 14 different plugins on 14 different tracks, and that little computer right there can handle it.
Man, every single cover I did the photos for that went platinum was shot on nothing more than a 6 megapixel camera.
That's funny.
Now there's photos and things that are inside of Mike Jones and like not even in people's channel. It was all low res, 6 megapixel digital Nikon camera. There was at that time I also, because the budgets got big, I was like, man, I'm gonna order the biggest and best cameras I can get.
Yeah.
So I got like the 40 megapixel Hasselblad with the digital back, which had like you could strap a hard drive on with you to take the pictures and
Weighed 80 pounds and shit.
What I learned from all that stuff, man, is right now everybody has video equipment. Everything's available. You can get your lighting from Home Depot if you want.
Yeah.
Right now, it's all about content and can you get your mind or can you get this new idea out?
Yeah.
What is,
Are you creative?
It's all about the setup, the creative,
Yeah.
pre-planning and preparing. And if you want to do a film, you got to be organized and step by step to get that done. That's why a lot of people ain't doing movies, because
It's fucking hard.
you can't go sit out there and set up a bunch of cameras and do a dance and chop up your 3 minutes and make a video. You can't. You gotta have a little bit of. You gotta have a little bit of organization.
Yeah.
And I think that's where, I think that's what makes it so hard for a lot of people that got all this talent. But now we're getting into the world of all your equipment's available to everybody. Everybody's talented.
Yeah.
Now you actually have to be.
Let's see what you can do with it.
Now you have to be structured and disciplined and organized.
Yeah, man.
And that whole thing, like Slim talked a lot about consistency. I talk a lot about consistent. Now, to make something that really is going to make people talk, it's not about consistently even releasing a bunch of projects. You got to be consistent to release one thing that's dope and just be consistent about your production.
Oh shit, man. We want to, because I know.
So you see the saturation of everything a good thing, right? Like everybody having all this content coming out, you see it as a good thing because it kind of separates the boys from the men of who's really about it and who's really a real creative person and not just someone that has, a pen and paper and $30,000 they could throw into a studio,
Yeah, man. It's. I think it's a good thing because it's so vibrant and there's so much stuff, but at the same time, it puts more pressure. Because the name of the game with everything is if people ain't talking about what you're doing, then what you're doing don't mean shit. It doesn't matter. Like I always say this: it doesn't matter if they hate it. It doesn't matter if they love it, as long as people are running their mouth.
Yeah.
So for you to make something that breaks above the noise, like you ain't gonna go just do some quick. I see designers, right? Designers are like, right now they've got this price thing where they did this race to the bottom and everybody's super cheap. And all the artists are like, man, I'll go to somebody cheaper, I'll go to somebody cheaper. You got all these people doing everything for nothing, but they're not doing nothing, they're just making noise.
Yeah.
To get up above that, you can't, you gotta, even filming one horror scene, just think of all the production that has to go behind the mask, the tools, making Freddy's Love, like everything you have to do, decorating the set, just for that one scene. Like where I see people going is like, they're just making noise. Like you ain't gonna get anywhere about what's going on right now.
Just doing shit.
Just doing shit, like just putting out an image on Instagram that has a flashy text and has like a little bright sunbeam back behind somebody that's shining up. That shit ain't gonna go nowhere.
Yeah.
So who are some of your like favorite people to work with? I'm sure Paul Wall, because you and him seem
Vigilantes.
Vigilantes, yeah, right. You better say that first. Nah, man, I like working with Slim. I like working with Paul. Like Lil Young. I like Lil Young. Like that's who currently I'm really working with right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a fan of ESG. I like working with ESG when he's on time. But that's really it, man. And man, I think right now I don't like hardly working with. I kind of think this way: if I can't sit there and be a business partner with you, because I don't need your money, I got my own money.
Yeah.
So me designing for you for whatever, that ain't getting me nowhere. What I'm looking for, like what I'm working on with Paul, is man, how can we build something much bigger if we work together?
Yeah.
So like I don't charge Paul because me and Paul are working as a team to make something greater, and I need to be 100%. Like my mind, everything has to be behind what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
Because I'm about to put my own money behind stuff. Paul's putting his money in with me to make something greater. So my favorite type of people to work with is somebody I can do that with. But I've tried it with a lot of people in the game. I've had some people like veer off and run off and try to do their own thing after you give them the idea. I've had people not understand it. I've had people like get funny with it. And before I ain't even let people know like I got my own money to throw behind this stuff. I just kind of fill it out.
Yeah.
But dealing with G.U.T.S and Lights, dealing with Paul, if Slim ever wanted to do something, like I know Slim's straight with it, but that's my favorite people to work with. Like people I can work with to build something greater.
People that got passion.
people that are solid.
Because what happens is like
That's podcast, baby.
through all the work I've done over 20 years, in my mind, when I work with an artist, I had like an emotional involvement because I looked at myself personally concerned about their career and developing. I studied them, and this day and age, I'm not going to put that much of myself into anybody. They ain't going to put that much of themselves into the partnership with me. So that's my favorite shit to work with.
Real shit.
Man.
That's fucking
So
awesome.
we want to get into your favorite, one of your favorites, man. You was talking Evil Dead 2. Huh?
Oh yeah.
That's a
Horror.
Cause see, what's crazy when I was skimming through the internet, I was like, man, what the fuck is Frost at on the goddamn? I was like, I know he gotta be on Instagram somewhere. And when I saw you, I'm like, oh shit. And then you was like, man, I fucking love horror movies. I'm like, nah, that blew my mind. I'm like, man, you'll never know until you ask somebody some shit.
So you like 2 better than the original, huh?
I like 2.
You like 2?
There's a reason I'm emotionally tied to 2 though.
Yeah, what's
Oh
up?
yeah.
What's
So
up?
it goes back, like my first job was working at a comic book store called Northside Book Emporium. And like, the first 4 or 5 months working there, I was just reading comics, working behind the register. And then I met some guys from the punk rock scene, like Dana Delapez and Renee Gonzalez, and they were always drawing.
Yeah.
So they used to come hang out, and we just like draw and stuff like that together. But the owner, I had the keys to the comic shop, and the owner didn't mind if we spent the night there.
Yeah.
So they would bring like Damon brought up Evil Dead. So every night we'd watch Evil Dead. Like I keyed open the Street Fighter machine. We'd play Street Fighter.
Yeah.
Like we'd fill up the Coke machine with Budweisers, so everybody pay for their beer. So I have that memory of watching this movie like over 100 times at this comic book store with my homies from the neighborhood.
That's
And it was
what's
just
up.
like this this great childhood
memory.
One time, one kid, like he was probably like 10. He went in the morning. He got a coat. Like a beer popped out, and I just saw like his dad look at him and look at the beer. And like the owner of the store was there. So we cleaned it up real quick. But, he looked at us. He was like, he kind of looked at us like, I already know y'all.
Yeah, no shit, man.
But that's so I watched that movie hundreds of times.
That movie's fucking live.
Yeah, man. They was actually.
That's like almost a perfect horror movie.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
It's
so much going on, especially for motherfuckers like us with the ADHD thing.
Yeah, that shit
like it keeps you going, like and he's like, talking to his hand, and Sam Raimi was at
he was at the horror
convention in
Dallas.
Dallas.
Went to?
Yeah, he was
man, I
there,
like
man.
me, yeah.
Yeah, man, he was there, man. And, man, you should go next year with us. You should
Where's
go.
it at?
It's always in Dallas. Every year, man.
Texas Frightmare. Shout out to Texas
That's why I was telling you,
Frightmare.
I was like, man, ask your wife if you come to Cali with us, man.
I told my wife, we talked about this more. I was like, she's like, what's the Gus podcast about? And I was like, man, it's these guys that I used to deal with the music stuff, and they started a horror podcast. I was like, babe, I invited you to go out to the movies. She's like, no, you didn't. I was like, I didn't tell you everything that was about.
Yeah.
But we didn't have a babysitter that night, so we couldn't make it.
Hey, man.
She would love to go, man.
Okay, so like next week we going to see Mom, man. If y'all can find a way to come fuck with us.
Dope. I can't wait.
We're going to see the movie Mom. It's come out next week.
Have you seen the trailer for Ma?
Have you seen the trailer?
M.A.
Oh, check it out, man.
Yeah.
M.A.?
Yeah, Ma. It's like
Ma.
this like high school kids are looking to buy some beer, and Ma was like, look, you can go to my house, it's safe there in the basement.
Yeah,
and
she
like
had a
they
party.
party with her, and they like, she does fucked up shit to them with her butt.
That's like my neighbors 2 houses down.
That's
a lady that always got these teenagers.
Yeah, that's what I was saying when I saw the trailer of it. I don't want to shout out who it was, but in high school, everyone had that.
Everyone had that person.
Yeah, that lady that you go.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's like somebody's mom was cool enough to like let you just party. But I mean, my mom used to be on there like, hey man, if you can't do nothing at this house that you can't do at their house, they shouldn't come over here. And that was some real shit. Like you can't go home, you can't get high and like you can get over here. Nah, I don't want him over here. I don't want her over here. I'm like, shit. She was real about that shit.
My mom was strict. I can go anywhere. I had to sneak out the house.
They actually, man.
At the house.
They actually, man. I hate to admit this, but man, they built a deck for me out. Like it was a deck outside. It was in the hood, man. We got a deck built by these dope fiends and shit. They built a gate because they was like, man, I would rather like you be here than out in the streets, and I don't know where the fuck you at.
Man, you know that's good advice
because I know you gonna go get high. I know you smoking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like there's nowhere around that shit. I know you smoking. Like it's come on, man. It's like I put 10 on my window when I was young. Like my friends used to knock on my window instead of ringing the doorbell. One time my mom slept in my room, and she was like, "This why I don't never know when somebody at this fucking house." These motherfuckers knocking on this goddamn window all fucking day. What they want? Having your friends' pants hanging off their ass and shit. They full of Xanaxes and shit, man. Just like, my mom was cool. Rest in peace, mom. I love you to death, man, for just doing that for me. And what's crazy, man, she loves horror movies, man. Like Halloween come, deck the whole house out and shit.
That's what's up.
Like sit around, man. We'll watch. We used to watch. I know Halloween for sure. And she loved Chucky. And that's what kind of got me into Chucky a little bit. Because she went. My mom loved it, man. They went to the movies. I was too young to go. They went. And she kind of told me what it was about. She's like, yeah, you probably could have went with us.
Man,
dope movie, man.
I got a question. What horror movie when y'all was a kid really just fucked your head up for a while where you wouldn't go to sleep?
Oh, Nightmare on Elm Street.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Dude,
Nightmare on Elm Street.
I wouldn't sleep for months.
Hey, man, I was, my sister, man, they had a chance to rent. Like, they was like, hey, we going to rent movies. So she was like, hey, if you don't want to watch this movie, you know, I'm the youngest. They're like, man, we're going to fucking beat your ass. Like, Freddy Krueger. So we watching this shit, and I'm just like, don't fight. I'm like, God damn, man. I'm like, I can't go to sleep tonight.
I couldn't sleep for months.
I couldn't go to, I'm like, fuck Freddy going, and I didn't want to be telling nobody. Because mom was like, what the hell you got him watching when you don't want to go to sleep?
I don't know what it was, man, but that shit never really got to me.
Man, it's just the fact that when he stretched his arms out and started chasing her, I'm fucking done.
I think the second one was the first one I saw, and I was like 6 or 7, and I would stay at my grandma's house on the weekend in A-Leaf, and I would call her Quack Eye. And she was all Quack Eye, and she was the type, you know, she had the oxygen tank, but like would move it to smoke with cigarettes, you know, and be like, come put you a movie on. And my cousin Amber would watch that, and I was 6 years old, just like ah.
Yeah.
And then I remember when Part 4 came out, when we're going to talk about later today.
Yeah.
And that was like the MTV rock and roll, you know, and I was like 8 or 7. And I just remember I was in love, man. I was like, man, this is the shit. But that, when he, I don't know if it was the first one or the second one, when the blades on the.
That was that first one.
Yeah,
man.
that was the first one that got me.
It freaked me out because I'm like, what the fuck? You can't. I'm like, I like to sleep. Everybody does. Like, you mean I can't like blink and he got me? I'm like, fuck this shit.
I would not go to sleep. My mom, I remember my mom telling my dad to go in there and lay down, like in my room. As soon as he got up, I'd be running down the hallway.
Oh shit!
See, I liked them, but they didn't
months.
scare me. Shit like Amityville Horror now. That movie right there fucked me up.
Amityville's a classic, dude.
Because of the fucking
It's creepy,
the whole
man.
house and ghost and demon.
Yeah.
Like you can't. Like I could see Freddy. I don't know what the fuck is in that house.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know what the fuck that is.
I'm the opposite. The house shit never scared me.
Yeah.
I used to go outside.
Yeah, it's just
Get away from Freddy. Like, you're having to sleep.
Freddy, you can go outside, fall asleep under the tree. That's your ass.
I think it was a combination because when I was growing up, like we didn't have HBO, we didn't have cable. Like we had standard channels.
Yeah.
That was it. I ain't never watched a horror movie. And then it was Hurricane Alicia. The roof got knocked off the house or something. My dad had to rebuild it. I think this is what happened while I was there for a while. So I went to my cousin's house. They lived in Lamar, and of course, like their dad was a Vietnam vet. You know, he cable, all that. It was he lets his kids watch all the horror movies. So I went to like Freddy, Nightmare, every horror movie that was out back then off HBO. Like I watched them all that month. When they sent me back home, I was fucked up. But Freddy was the one that I couldn't get over.
Fuck yeah,
That's
Freddy.
fucking
Yeah,
hilarious,
man. Yeah.
It's a dope.
Because that's the thing. How do you not sleep? You know, but
Yeah, man. Like
I mean,
Jason,
now I
everybody
wonder
else,
how
you can,
come-
like drive, get away. Michael Myers don't be in this set, but Freddy is like fuck.
you'd have to get on meth. But then if you're up for too many days in a row,
Yeah,
he'll still come and get you.
As soon as you blink, he got your
You
ass.
start becoming Freddy after a while.
Have they ever done anything on Elm Street where somebody stays up all night?
I always thought that
They
that's
never-
why didn't they do that? Like now with the internet and everything, have someone who it was a cokehead and have them try that. They had that with the what was that movie that just came out? It was like a
Adderall, man.
It was it was like a zombie movie, and the guy. What happened was he was up for 2 weeks straight, and he started seeing things, and then he like killed himself. What was the movie where if you use the phone and it got you? I forgot the name of it.
Was it
It's kind of a piece of shit.
It's like a knockoff of the ring.
It was a piece of shit, but it was the first time I saw that. Like, oh shit, because he kept.
Yeah, you also got to understand no one watches the movies you watch.
Space Viking.
That's that fuckery.
Write that shit down.
Yeah, man. So we got, and this another one just came out. This came out yesterday. Brightburn.
Ooh wee!
I haven't seen that one yet.
Yeah, we haven't saw it neither. So it's,
Oh yeah, it's
supposed
like
to be
what if how
it's
Superman
Superman.
comes, but what if he was bad?
Yeah, what if he was
As a
shit?
kid,
Yeah, bro, it looks nuts.
Yeah,
homie.
man. It's like a little kid version too. So it's like,
I want to be good.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's something
And he's
else.
I'm
like-
gonna check that. That's a good idea.
Yeah, man.
It's actually in theaters, man.
The trailer it give you
Bro,
shit.
it looks like it's done so fucking
Yeah.
good. Like it looks like it's done as good as a Batman or you know what I'm saying? How those movies are done real. Yeah, it's fucking.
That's what we was thinking about tonight. Probably like we're supposed to go see Joe Bob tonight, so we might end up just like swing around and go check out Brightburn.
Yeah.
That out on Draft House. That shit should be pretty cool, man.
Bro, you should check out that house with Jack built.
Oh yeah,
I haven't seen that one
Bro.
yet.
that's
Now, like I talked
Yeah,
about it
Kent
on
loves
the
that movie.
podcast. That movie
Jack
right
the House built?
the
That
house
house
is
Jack
yeah,
built?
with
You
Matt
know-
Damon. and
like,
shit.
Remember the like the old wise
Matt
tale
Damon,
of like
Matt
okay,
Damon, Matt Dillon, one of them
Exorcist,
Matts.
everybody got up and left the theater, you know, and it was just too much for people to take.
Yeah.
This one, bro, I was there and I saw it. There was probably 50 people in the theater. Half of them got up. They couldn't take it, bro.
There was a couple of scenes.
Shout out to St. Vane and Redfield and Brody.
Yeah, it was a couple of scenes. Like, I know people tripped out when he clipped the duck leg.
Man.
But then there was one scene, man, he was taking his wife and their kids out to like dinner. And then all of a sudden it went black. And then it came back, this boy was hunting their ass.
Yeah.
He was in the rifle tower shooting them.
He killed this
Like-
kid and then made the mom sit down with the dead kid
Yeah,
and have a picnic and said, "Feed your son," and it was so fucked up. And then he beat Uma Thurman's head in with a tire iron.
Yeah.
Uma Thurman's in it?
Yeah, she's in the beginning.
Matt Dillon is the main character.
Yeah.
Oh, that'll actually, that's probably.
And the whole
Yeah.
time he's having, it's an artsy type movie, and I normally hate that shit, but he was having this dialogue with somebody. You're like, who the fuck is he talking to? And then you realize at the end, it's God or the devil or death or somebody, but they're taking him to hell, you
Yeah,
know?
we're talking
And
to the back
he's
of
like trying to justify everything on the way down.
I'm gonna have to put these
Talking
on
to
my.
his back.
Oh yeah. And then, so there I was. It was 1973, I had a German Shepherd named Whiskers. Woo!
Like a wide up on, hey, monsters, goddamn
It's
it.
mad because I'm yelling in the mic.
Let me
Fuck
tell
your
you,
mic
goddamn
and
it.
fuck you.
You see what
Sound
you
like
do? You
shit.
see what happened when they get a hold of the monsters and monsters, you better fuck with us.
Yeah, for
Stand
real.
socks, you better come fuck with us, man.
Throw us an
Goddamn it.
endorsement or something.
No shit,
Yeah.
man.
All right.
Man, so we do this segment, man. You gonna kick it off? Shoes of the week?
Yeah. Shoes of the week.
Hey!
Can't see my feet. Shoes of the week. My frost is in my head.
Hey!
It's
This Stay on Vision with Shoes of the Week. Shout out to Activate Leading Home Club. Fucking Danny. Appreciate you for kind of huddling me on the breads. Shout out to Activate Lead on Cullen. And Nice Kicks in Austin. Matter of fact,
You got any more monsters?
we
You
still
got any more monsters?
Yeah, you want one?
Hell
we
yeah.
still repping your bag. But we gonna pull out what we got here today. For the Shoes of the Week, we going with the oh yeah.
Ooh, those are clean.
We going with the Concords.
Ooh,
Concords.
Concords, man, new edition. With the
Yeah.
at the 4.5 on the back. I would do the Fat Joe lick, but I
Let's
don't
see
be
the
licking the
bottoms.
bottom of shoes and shit, man.
Let's see the bottoms though.
The bottom look purple at the bottom. Concord still. So man, what's crazy, man? We talked about this. That boy,
Bird, thanks.
that boy Tinkerfield, man, when he came out with these, Jordan actually wasn't supposed to wear them because he said they wasn't finished yet. They was kind of like still under production, and he ended up wearing them anyway. And then they got banned.
So that's the ones that got banned?
They
Are you good, bro? You good?
They got banned, but
I got your mic.
they still got
Yeah.
they still got produced.
Okay.
So through the playoffs, I think he lost to the Orlando Magic that year. Had to be like 9-5, 9-6 or some shit like that. He lost to them that year. But man, these shoes here were so fucking crazy because everybody was going wild. Like, what the fuck was on Jordan's feet?
So people couldn't buy them yet.
You couldn't buy them. It's like, you know, when Jordan had them on, you're like, oh shit, a Jordan about to drop. You don't know. But we was like, man, what the fuck is that? Like, because it wasn't a lot to talk about them. You know what I'm saying? And I think when you saw them, you were like, dog, you couldn't really tell what it was. And then when they came out, it's not like how it is now where you got to stand in lines and all that shit. They produced enough of them, but crazy shoes. It was actually when it first dropped, it had 23 at the back. But I think the reason why they dropped the 4.5 because he wore. That's when he came back. He had the 45 jersey on. But it was a secret. They say he always kept the 23 jersey in his locker. So I don't know if he had an opportunity to like switch or come back. But man, this shoe is very iconic. It's
So did the Jordan before that look like that, or did
no, it looked like this.
The Jordan
But it's
before
like
that?
Tinkerfield had when he saw him, he like, hey, don't wear him. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really ready to put him out. Jordan wore them bitches. He like, man, fuck that.
Yeah.
These hoes clean. I'm gonna go playoff time. I'm gonna rock these bitches. And he rocked them, and it was just blew up. They dropped last year, but they dropped a couple of times, and I think they kind of like changed like the top part, as you can see, the top part of the pattern of it kind of went a little high on these. But I think when they came out before, they're like 125. Now they motherfuckers dropping, they like 220. And if you didn't get them in,
Yeah.
StockX be like throwing crazy numbers out there. have you bidding on shoes and shit, and they like $300 or more, that's what got a lot of people into the game of reselling. And it's like a lot of resellers out there, and there's a lot of fake shit out there too. And it's hard to tell. They got this app where you can they show you fake and real. You really can't tell the difference.
There's a bunch of them now.
You can't really tell, but badass shoe, man, and it's dope as fuck, man. I haven't got a chance to really break them in yet, but we're trying to get ATX on. He say he didn't really fuck with these that much.
No, they looked a lot cooler in person to me.
But you know, it's a dope ass shoe, man. I feel like you can rock it with anything. I like to rock it in a
That's
tuxedo.
what I call tuxedo Jordans.
Yeah, man. It's like they came out with so many different variations.
That's the ones that Cat Williams had on stage, right?
Yeah. And they got the breads actually coming out. They black with the red bottom. They coming out in December, I think it is. December 14th, some crazy shit like that. But man, if you have a chance to get your pair of these, man, definitely do that. It's a badass motherfucker, man. I'm gonna try to resell these hoes. So if you need a size, if you need a size 12, shit, hit me up, man. Slide in my DM like your baby mama do.
Oh, hit me up. I'm your shoe bro. You gotta go.
Guts podcast.
Hey, that's shoes of the week. I appreciate you, man.
Nice kicks.
Nice kicks in Austin, man. Y'all was fucking real as fuck, man. Y'all actually gave us the opportunity to go back out there and do a podcast. So whenever we come back to Austin, man, we
shout out to
fuck
Nice
y'all.
Kicks in the
We might bring
ATX.
Mike Frost with us, man. Mike Frost finna roll with us from now on. Fuck that shit. We kidnapping him, man.
We're doing everyone
Fuck
but
that
down.
shit, man. Anywhere but down.
Fuck that.
A lot of gang shit.
Oh man, that's down on the vision. That's Nice Kicks and shoes of the week, man.
Yeah.
Hey.
Man, only collectible shoes I ever bought are the Decepticon Nikes.
No shit.
And they 11 or something. They don't even fit me. I just wanted the shoes.
You just I just can't.
There's bookends for the show.
So you say, oh yeah, now getting back
Got
to
the
that
Toy
too.
too.
You say you do a lot of collect. So you got a room like of everything.
Yeah, what all do you
Man,
collect?
I have to post a picture. I got.
Man, do us a favor whenever you get home or whatever. Take a picture so when we put your picture up, we can slide to the left and show
I'll do that. I
the
got.
memorabilia and shit.
Man, I got so many comments. I got like 2 of the Punisher first appearances. Like
Oh shit.
almost like all the dope Amazing Spider-Mans. Like multiple. I got almost every Amazing Spider-Man except for like 1 and 2. So I got 3, 5, 6. I'm missing a couple. I got like 10, 11.
You did X-Men too?
Oh shit.
I don't have many X-Men, but I got I do have all like the important X-Men, but I collect a lot of Silver Age stuff. I collect all kinds of stuff.
I used to do that with Cash Money shit.
You know what? I got something I should have brought here that I'm gonna give you.
Fuck yeah! What we got? Drum roll,
I've got a box of old vintage horror magazines.
please. No shit.
Oh no.
Oh.
They're all fucking dope. They're all fucking cool.
We dropping Mike Frost off at home.
Like old Pangorian, like Pangorian shit.
Man, I don't know the titles of all of them, but
Damn.
That's tight.
they're vintage horror. One
Love
of
it,
them,
dude.
man, one of them has a Legacy cover on it. It's super collectible.
Damn.
I think I was gonna put them on eBay, man, but I think I'm gonna let y'all have them.
Oh fuck yeah! You see what the fuck I'm talking
See,
about?
all future guests.
Matter of fact, we need
Bring
to get
some.
your shirt size too, man. We got one of
Oh,
these gut shirts.
Gotta get mine.
Depending on what money. I'm extra large right now.
We got
Got
you,
you.
man.
Yeah. We carry all big boy sizes, baby.
Yeah, we got
Yeah.
you, man.
Yeah, I used to collect old Cash Money and Master P shit. And then I had like every Cash Money album unopened, every Cash and all the old Master P shit. I had all the tapes unopened,
Yeah.
and I had everything, bro, everything except for Mercedes because she never dropped her
Oh,
shit.
Mercedes.
Remember on the back of all the
Yeah.
Cash Money things, every single one of
Yeah.
them had coming soon Mercedes with her against the car showing her ass. And that shit.
I mean, No Limit. That's on No Limit.
Yeah,
Mercedes.
No Limit.
You know what's funny is I actually collect Houston music history collectible stuff. And it's fucking really hard for me to find my own shit and good shit.
Oh really?
No shit.
Really hard.
Man, we gotta come in your lab, man, and do a part. We're gonna have to do a part 2 to this. We're gonna slide up on Mike Frost and we're gonna.
Mike's moving in.
I collect old Nintendo and Atari games. Like, I got
Oh
set
yeah,
up.
that's an old Nintendo. That's an original Nintendo in the box right there.
Ain't nothing like playing it.
Yeah. A, B, and the joystick thing,
I'm
man.
pissed off at the world, man. I was sparking one up. I just pop it in.
Yeah.
Shut the door.
And you was telling me about some. You say your daughter was getting into music, or she kind of like pushed you to the side.
Man, she's in her room yelling at the top of her lungs right now. But
Oh,
I was
shit.
like, you know what? My parents tried to give me everything to support me when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Like, we did have some financial limitations.
Yeah.
You know, they bought me my first computer and stuff, but like, you know, with my daughter, I'm like, we're gonna make sure you ain't gonna have to go to schools I went to. The schools I went to were like Sam Houston High and Fondville, and you know, it's like the 80s principal movies where the principal has to come clean up a really bad school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's kids getting put in trash cans and rolled down the stairs.
God damn.
So I was like, you know, whatever she wants to get into. So I bought her all this music equipment, like the drum pad, the MIDI keyboard, the computer, like the mixer, the microphone. It's just too complicated for her, man. She hasn't touched it.
It is a lot to take. It takes
And I don't know it. Like, I know graphics.
Yeah.
I don't know that. So, but she does like music. Like, I want to do the app thing, at least get her something to get the basics down for her.
Yeah, man. That's man. I was just talking to my nephew. Shout out to Lord Ace, man. I was telling you that last night. The dude who did his song did it off the phone, a beat, and they record off their phone. I'm like, that's weird as hell. Like, he's selling the beat and they get in the closet and just rap into the phone.
Yeah.
Like, just straight making music. And I'm just telling him, I say, man, if you stick to it like that, once y'all transition over, it's like sky's the limit for you.
Man, this is the concepts and stuff too. Like, you remember Lil Flip?
Yeah.
I don't know what that song he made. Talking about if he wants to buy some shoes, he can do that or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that sounded like crap on the radio. But
Yeah.
it didn't matter, man.
Yeah, it didn't matter. It was like shit. Hey,
They'll buy in.
as long as
Once
they keep,
bite
like
you.
they say, as long as something keep being in your ear, you hear it, shit, eventually you're gonna be like, damn, this one it's gonna be in rotation regardless.
One thing I wanted to ask you before, so was it strictly Houston artists, or did you ever branch out to like Mississippi or Louisiana or
You said you did
anything
big
like
time,
that?
right?
Man, I did stuff all the way from California to Atlanta.
Yeah.
But Houston kept me so busy, man.
Yeah.
I really didn't have to branch out.
Yeah.
I couldn't handle any more work in the truck.
No shit.
Because I see your page is jumping now too, man. It went from like, and then I look up, I say it's steady climbing, like people starting to really.
It's
Because
starting
you bringing
to-
back a lot of, like, I'm like, when I see them album covers, I'm like, damn, I didn't even know you did that shit. And like people like, oh shit, like I think you did Killer Calion, you showed one of his, and then on his page you end up reposting it.
A
Yeah.
lot of people have been doing that. Man, I still got hundreds I ain't went through yet.
Damn, dog.
And I haven't even gotten into photo. I got like 11 terabytes in 20 years of stuff. Like this stuff that I'm showing is just shit I already have on my phone.
Yeah.
I uploaded to my Google Drive 4 or 5 years ago or some stuff. It's just things that are laying around.
So you're gonna end up having to open up a little mini store or some shit.
I haven't even really just taken a deep dive into stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate to fucking read, but but when I see your posts, I like sit there and read it just because it grabs me. You know what I mean? Like I'll sit there and read, and normally like it's more than 2 sentences. This guy's out. You know what I'm saying? But like now I'm distracted. I don't know what I'm saying. So there I was. So enough about me. Let's talk more about me. So there I was. Oh yeah, your shit's
Y'all leave him
interesting.
around with the little
I read all your shit because it's like, oh shit, I remember, I grew up here. So I remember that where I was, music is a feeling, right? And to me, like when you show the album cover, I remember that feeling. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is a feeling.
And like I feel, and I'll be like, oh shit, I remember when I was fucking breaking into cars on the,
Oh yeah, I did that.
and then reading the Bible and going to church. No, I'm I got kicked out of every
So you
school.
say you got the big
So
league?
you had a collection of radar detectors when you were young?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. What was the good one? I forgot what it was called. That big one. Like the. Anyways.
And they got this new app out. It's fucking crazy. It's called.
Yeah, it tells you what the laws are.
It's
fucking
called,
awesome.
It's called what the fuck?
Waves.
Waves. Man, I love that shit. I didn't know, and then it was like object in a road. You come down the road like a piece of towel or some shit. I'm like,
My wife turned me on Waves like 5 years ago.
no shit.
Oh, see, look at that. Fucking idiot.
Shit.
Fucking kill myself.
I love that
Fucking
shit.
stupid.
My wife gets so mad when I don't use Waze. I use Google Maps. I'm like, Google owns Waze. What?
Yeah.
She's like,
And ways that have you down some side street, you're like, there is no fucking way that this is.
Yeah, it was trying to do us that the other day.
we were going fishing in Port Aransas, and I'm using Google Earth. She already mad at me about something. I forgot what it was, but her Waze tells her to go this way, and I'm just going straight. I'm like, man, I'm already on low navigation. I'm gonna go here. I know what Waze about to just take me this corner, some stupid ass shortcut. It's gonna take me 6 seconds. She was mad, and then I was like, stupid. And I said something like, "Forget your stupid little shortcut. I'm using my navigation."
We just found out about that this weekend. That's how late we are with technology.
I would have been late too, man. My wife keeps me.
Well, dude, I got fucking kicked out of every school I went to, you know? So, like, I remember, like, when computers, when you played the Oregon Trail and shit, you know? And I was like, oh, it's for nerds. I don't need that. Well, now, like, I'm all late and shit. And luckily with my job, I don't need to use one that much. But still, like, maneuvering through the phones and shit like that. So, like, we were driving to San Antonio, and then we were like, oh, this new app, Waze. And it was telling us where the cops were, and I was like, I fucking love this.
Yeah.
It's on point too.
It's on point.
There's something in the road, and it's like, you know, there's like a dead squirrel. It's like, oh shit.
But when we was coming back, it was trying to take us down like them dirt roads and shit.
Man.
Turned left 10 minutes early. I'm like, fuck that.
Man, I
shit.
tell you what, if you got a trip to take, and time is crucial, put it in Waze, because you never know when. Man, I had to go pick up my car in town because it like broke down. I had it in the shop.
Yeah.
Man, I didn't use Waze, and I just totally missed all the news and everything. The freeway was shut down. The truck was flooding on the bridge. And I took Uber. I was just stuck in this Uber for like 2 hours. And he didn't use Waze either.
Yeah, it's Waze, right? Or Waze?
Waze.
Waze, yeah.
W-A-Z, like him.
Yeah.
Hey, Waze, can you sponsor a motherfucker, please? God damn it, I'm hungry out here. Son of a bitch.
Hit up your boy, what's his name? Gary V. On Instagram. Who you talking about, Gary V? That was you talking about, Gary V.
Yeah, Gary V.
He owns half of it.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, a lot of it.
I got him to say Happy Mother's Day to my mom.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome.
Anyway, so that brings us to fuckery with Space
What
Viking.
you got for us, Space Viking?
Today on fuckery, I watched a little hidden gem that should have been Oscar nominated called Robo Croc.
Robo Croc.
He watches these shit.
Robo Croc should have won all the Academy Award. No, I'm just kidding. It fucking was horrible. Even I couldn't make it through this one.
Jesus. That's saying a lot.
No, well, here's the thing. That's a dope ass idea, right? Like, they shot down some satellite or some shit, and then like got these particles, and it like infested in the local wildlife. I think in Louisiana or some shit. And you know, there was some actresses in it and stuff. And the particles thing changed the crocodile into a fucking robot, dude, like a RoboCop. And its mission was to get it's a predator, so its natural way was to destroy everything, which sounds fucking badass, right? Like just a croc rolling up on people and fucking them up.
That boy had the laser beam.
It had a laser beam on it and shit. But why it sucked was because the kill scenes, they didn't show it, man. I was fucking pissed. Like, if you're gonna have a fucking Robo-Croc, you better fucking murk somebody in the streets. You better fucking blow my head off with some goddamn
They
murking.
should have like what garbage disposal throat.
Yeah,
Shoot stuff
fucking,
up.
it goes to a whole fucking, so it pulls up like on a splash town, and I was like, yes! Like it's about to just kill all these people. And then like it cuts away and it cuts back and it's just like,
oh yeah.
and I was like,
There's
motherfucker,
no time,
nah,
yeah.
man. And it was low budget, which I don't care about, but if it's low budget, don't spend all the money on making some fake CGI crocodile. Spend the money on, like, put the thing in a rubber suit and put a RoboCop helmet on it and just show the kills, man.
Yeah.
But
Make it
anyway,
out of plywood and some hinges.
something, dude. Like, or
Spray
just,
foam.
or you'd be better off making a movie called Hammer Man and just walking around with a hammer and beating people's fucking head in.
Shit.
And that is fuckery with Space Viking, RoboCroc, DOA, Dead on Arrival. Don't go see it. And I want to fight the guy that made it. So wherever you are.
So folks, what you tell everybody where they can find you at too. Like,
Oh yeah, where can the
On
world
Instagram.
find Mike Frost?
Man, the only thing I'm on is Instagram at SLFEMP.
Okay.
That's it.
And what you got? Like, so you got the Powwow thing coming up. Is anything else?
Oh yeah, what do you have coming up that everyone should know about?
Man, the main thing I'm working on right now is the stuff I'm doing with Paul Wall. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna say that much about it.
Nah, that's cool.
It's you know how people copy. But the thing I'm working on right now is just my main focus is Paul. But I also got a business, you know, that I'm running
Yeah.
and some other stuff that I'm doing that most people into the city ain't care about that stuff. But my main focus right now is that what I'm doing with Paul.
Yeah, cause you say you got like a 30-day.
What's the timeline on it?
About 30 days.
Yeah.
Some stuff's being made, but I'm putting all my energy into doing this one thing. It's just an idea I have to kind of change the business model.
Yeah.
You know, it's something to bring back some of the things that we lost when things went to digital.
Yeah.
But and we'll see how it does. It's also a partnership. Like
Bro, I
we
can't
both throw
wait
in our
to see
money.
this shit, man.
Like I'm attached to it. Like he's attached to it.
Yeah. Working right.
So it's kind of like the first edition. Like we working on this thing.
That's what's
And
up.
we'll see.
Hey, maybe we'll get you on here one day, Powwow. Maybe you'll be
Yeah,
on.
man.
Yeah, shout out to the
guest-
legend Paul Wall.
I guess on Gus podcast, man.
Yeah,
You don't,
the
you
artwork
spread
is
it-
sick with the beard and how it looks 3D.
Yeah.
That's gonna definitely be on what I'm working on.
Yeah.
That's gonna
That's
be
so
included in
cool.
it.
Yeah.
It's just like,
How did you do that, man? That was awesome.
man, me and Paul took so many goddamn pictures of his beard on so many different days. Because like we shot it, man. If I just posted all, because it had to look like Paul, it had to look like his beard. So in trying to get his beard on this round thing's face and make it look with him and get the hairs and get the detail,
Yeah.
man.
It's not fucking easy, is it?
I can say technically it wasn't hard. It just took a lot of tries.
Yeah.
Like we had to reshoot because you can't have shadows underneath the beard because you have this spot you go over that loses detail. You can't really take those. Anyways, man, it was.
Wait, just wait for it. It's coming, man. Y'all gonna see
Yeah,
the shit.
Frozen
man.
2, right?
And yeah, you heard it. You heard it here
Frozen
first,
Phase
man.
2, yeah.
You heard it here first, man, on Gus podcast, man. So that's
First on
man,
Gus.
we
Tell your
appreciate-
grandma
we appreciate
I
you.
said what's up.
We appreciate you for coming out, man.
Yeah, homie.
Anytime.
Appreciate it,
It's
Mike.
always,
A pleasure,
always a pleasure, man. And
You're always
and
welcome
It's always
here,
a
bro.
pleasure to fuck with you. But what's crazy, man? It's gonna be more in store for us. I can feel it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know.
I just want to give y'all some art, man.
Yeah,
I got
yeah, man.
stupid art that
Man.
fits y'all already.
We definitely gonna, like you say, the growth with people shit. We real big on that, man. And like, we just trying to take it to as possible as far as we can take it, man. And just nonstop. Cause like since November, man, we've been nonstop with this shit. Like just picking up these interviews, picking up different people, and we like the local. We love the local. And
Yeah.
We love the underground, man.
I'm really into like American pop culture, horror, comics,
Yeah.
robots, fucking all that stuff, and this fits in line with that. So I've got some stuff I might, I just probably give it to you or whatever, but you're gonna get some art from me because the main reason just because I want to draw some fucked up horror shit.
Yeah,
Hey,
but-
man.
I'm with it, bro.
But then I'll have nothing to do with this, so y'all probably gonna have to use
Man,
it.
we're gonna
We
fuck
will
with it,
fucking
man.
utilize
And
it
you can do us
and
a big
abuse
favor
it.
and sign that shit. Cause a lot of stuff you give us, we're gonna end up framing that shit anyway, and just like adding it to this damn wall, man.
Yeah, what we're trying to do, man, it's like we're a horror podcast out of Houston. I don't know any other thing like that around Houston. You know,
Yeah.
it's just like
I've heard of it.
we dig horror, but we grew up in Houston, man. So we have
like we're trying to combine
you know,
all that together.
to us, hip hop is horror. You know what I mean? Like it's
A little bit.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it
like
is.
you know, it's just
I see some horror shit.
it's
Like,
yeah,
what the fuck?
yeah, and it's the same thing, you know, and like how many
Yeah.
hip hop artists talk about Freddie, talk about, you know,
Yeah,
so
they,
that's
they
kind of
always
like
use it. It's always some kind of way.
we're trying to connect the dots. That to us, it's kind of the same thing, but you know, it's just different nightmare tales. You know
You
what I
know,
mean?
the thing too, man, is I'm just old enough to remember when everybody wasn't into hip hop, like all the Hispanics.
Yeah.
Most of them before NWA and all that, they were into death metal, like Slayer in the Neighborhood. And
Yeah,
like
yeah.
4 or 5 years later, like everybody's into rap.
Yeah.
I remember back when I was like 5 or 6, people were into different stuff. They were into horror. They were into HBO was your main thing.
You know what I like before rap, bro? Country and shit. And I was breaking
Your
it.
parents probably listen to country.
Yeah, and like the old Willie shit, you know. But and metal and Italian, I play guitar, you know. So, but I was breaking into cars one night, and I stole the CDs out of it. You know, I don't know how old I was, a little kid.
We can
you
tell
know?
stories about that one day. I got
Yeah. And I was a little kid, and I had these CDs, and I put the CD in, and it was this little band called Street Military,
I remember that.
and it turned me out, bro. And that was it. It was OG Ron C.
That's such a cool
OG Ron C. And next thing you know, next semester at school, I'm dressing different, bro. I'm talking different. In one summer.
Yeah.
And the other CD that they had UGK, Riding Dirty.
That was one of my favorites.
And it was Underground Kings. It was Underground Kings and Outkast. The Elevators. And I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
What is it? I'd never been exposed. I was a little kid too, but I'd never been exposed. And anyways, that's my little story and it just turned me out, man. I was just like, man, this is the shit, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to OG Ron C.
Yeah,
If
most
y'all
definitely.
getting this, y'all come to me, OG Ron C, Candlestick and the Chop Stars, Crawfish Bowl tomorrow, 411 Westheimer.
Oh yeah, we also got, man, pretty soon at Avant Garden, we're gonna do this live podcast too at
Yeah,
Avant
we're
Garden.
gonna
Good
do
place to do
it
it.
twice a
We're
week.
gonna
Yeah.
tell y'all a good day.
Be on the lookout. We're gonna have a movie night. We're gonna watch
Return of the Living Dead.
Return of the Living Dead,
Yeah.
and we're gonna podcast live after. We got
And
a
Lord, we're gonna feature
popcorn
Lord
machine.
Ace too, man. Lord Ace gonna come rip
Tell the
mic,
sluts
man.
to come
Yeah, it's
and the
gonna
grandmas.
And we out on Zano the Vision.
It's your boy Space
Right,
Viking.
Frost.
Low
Everybody.
key as me, I'll see y'all later, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We out.
Hey, bro.
Get some chips.
Don't get you to do a drop in front of the
Oh yeah.
front of the